Hi everyone. Thank you for purchasing an NSX Advanced Load Balancer with cloud services. My name is Surbhi Singh. I work at VMware and I welcome you to the NSX ALB How-To series. In this second video of the series, I'm going to be talking about some prerequisites for using your NSX ALB with cloud services subscription. I will also briefly talk about how to download an NSX ALB controller software, and I will conclude by demonstrating how to register an NSX Advanced Load Balancer with cloud services. Let's begin. Starting with the prerequisites for using your NSX ALB with cloud services. The first and the most pertinent prerequisite is that the controller software should be operating on version 21.1.3 or higher. You can work with your account team to choose the version that works best on the environment where you will be installing your controller. The second prerequisite is that your controller must be granted access to the URLs mentioned on your screen over port 443. Additionally, if you will be opting in for application rule and IP reputation database updates, you also need to grant your controller access to the URLs mentioned on your screen. Please note that all of these URLs will also be mentioned in the description box. The third prerequisite is that your user workstation must have access to the following links, which is console.cloud.vmware.com and portal.avipulse.vmware.com for your controller to be able to complete the registration process. And the fourth prerequisite is that if your controller is behind a proxy or will be behind a proxy, then you can go through the instructions for managing proxy settings on the link mentioned on your screen. Again, these links are also mentioned in the description box below. Next, let's talk about how to download and install the NSX Advanced Load Balancer. Now, reiterating, like I said before, it is important that your controller version is 21.1.3 or higher for your controller to be able to register with cloud services. You can download your controller software by following the KB article, which is mentioned in the link that can be seen on your screen. This link is also available in the description box. If you'd like to go with an older controller software, please contact your sales representative from VMware and they shall take you ahead. Once you've downloaded your controller cluster, you can install your cluster by going through the guides corresponding to each environment. Next, let's talk about how to register an NSX ALB controller with cloud services. So before we start the registration process, it is important that we configure the controller FQDNs. Let's start with the controller registration. So to start with, open your controller UI on your browser and enter the username and corresponding password. Log into the controller UI. Now we're in the UI, go to administration and licensing on the left. Once you're in the licensing tab, click on the gear icon adjacent to licensing and make sure you are in the Enterprise with Cloud Services tier and not the others, because Enterprise Basic and Essential tier do not support cloud services. Once you've selected Enterprise with Cloud Services tier, you can also go ahead and reserve a specific number of licenses for your controller. And you can also cap the maximum allowed licenses that your controller can pull from the cloud. I've already made my selection, so I will go ahead and click on cancel because the save button is grayed out for me, but for you it should be not grayed out and you should be able to click on save and move on to the next step. Next, we need to go to cloud services and go to register controller. Okay, so this is one final step to complete the registration process. Now here we need to enter the Cloud Services Portal organization where we deposited our NSX ALB subscription at the time of onboarding the subscription. The default contact will be the contact that will be used by the proactive support feature of the NSX ALB subscription whenever a support case is raised. You can also go ahead and enable case management and enable cloud services WAF management and click on save. So there you go. Your controller is now registered with cloud services. We can see there's a deregister controller, and we can see that your controller is connected to cloud services, which is portal.avipulse.vmware.com. Congratulations, your controller registration is now complete and you are now ready to start consuming your licenses. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next one.